Welcome to Eternal Easy Education. In this session, you are going to learn Chapter 14, Importing C++ Programs in Python. Content of this video is how Python is handling the errors in C++, how to execute an array program, how to execute a function program, and how to execute inheritance of C++ in Python. The easiest thing regarding all the concepts is the Python program is going to be the same. Only thing what we are going to learn is we are going to learn a program with error. We are going to learn an array program in C++ and we are going to learn a C++ program with function and with inheritance concept. But the Python program is going to be remain the same. So in the previous video you have learned the Python program and what are the modules we have used in that Python program and what are the purpose. So this is the Python program. So this program is going to be same for all the four concepts. So this program is only to get the arguments which are going to be given in the run terminal command box. So in the command box we are going to give Python keyword followed by the Python file name followed by -i for the mode followed by the C++ file name. So that is the command line argument, and you have learned what is the use of this module and what is the use of OS and what is the use of get opt module. So let's see the execution of all the four programs with Python software. How Python is handling the errors in C++. What is the meaning is, if there is any syntax error in C++, how the Python is going to find out it? Is it possible? Or else we have to give only the error-free C++ program to the Python. That means there is no need to have like this. Even if we have error in the C++ program, the error will be handled by the Python editor. That means the G++, that means our MinGW interface. So Python not only executes successful C++ program, it also helps to display even errors. If any in C++ statement during compilation itself. Just like when you are executing C++ program, after writing the C++ program, you will compile. If there is no error during compilation, after that only you will execute the file. Then only the exe file will be formed. So here also the Python interface is able to handle the errors in the compilation timing. So here there is an example program using namespace std and there is a IO stream is included with the keyword int main std colon, that means double colon. Do you remember what is double colon in C++? It's a scope resolution operator, and cout hello, but there is no termination. So this is the error, syntax error. But now we are going to save the file with the syntax error, and if we run the program python main.py, that means here the Python file name is main and -i hello. Hello is the C++ file name. The same arguments, same procedures for the Python program is given. So throughout this chapter, the Python program is going to be the same. So it's the easiest chapter to score more marks. So let's see how it is handling the error. So this is our C++ program. I have just copy paste in the notepad and save the file with the extension .cpp, and it should be in the folder of Python. That is important because I am giving the file name directly. If you are saving this in different location, mean you have to say the correct path for the file name. Take your run terminal, and in the run terminal set the path. Here the Python folder is in this location. If you are having different location, means you should set the path. In the previous video I talked about changing the directory. Here you can give the command. What is the command line? Python file name is main.py hyphen I, and C++ program name is hello. We should not give the extension name. So here it's handling the error. Python compiler is able to handle the error that occurs during compilation. So this is an example for that. So now we'll correct the error. Save the file. Again using run terminal, run the file. So it executed. So we are getting the cout statement of hello, which is given in the C++ program. Is it clear, children? Next title is executing a array program. Here yes, in the previous program we checked whether the given number is palindrome or not using control structure. It shows that Python is able to execute control structures. Here we are going to execute array. Here the example program given is they are getting an array value and they are giving that transpose. That means row as column, column as the row. If you feel that it is a big array program, you can use simply single array to get your name and display, or get 5 numbers and find the sum of 5 numbers. These things can be used. There won't be any error for using these things. If the question is explain how a Python program executes C++ program containing array, means you can give any example. So here I'll explain what is given in the book. Here first two header files, one header file and name std, then main. Here array with 2 dimension, 3 into 3. So it can store 9 numbers. Okay, 3 rows, 3 columns. So the first, to get a 2-dimensional array, we need 2 for loop. One for indicating the row, another is for column. So for loop 0 less than 3. So 0, 1, 2. Okay, 3 rows, 3 columns. Enter the value of array I plus 1, j plus 1. That means here it is 3, right? So 1, 2, 3. First row, first column. Likewise, it is going to get the numbers, and using the cin, it is going to store it in the array A. Then clears the screen, and the original data, it is showing as it is. So it will show the row and column as it is, how we stored. Then transpose. Transpose means same for loop, but the thing is, while displaying, while the cout is ij, here the cout is ji. So it will change the row and column. So it will be very interesting to see the output. But if you feel that it is a big program, you can change. But here it's not a big program, even though it is many for loop. All the for loop syntax are same only. You should learn only how to print here and how to print the statement here. So being a 12th standard student, it's an easy program only, but the choice is up to yours. So here the program name is matrix. I have given the name as matrix. Same command line, only the C++ program is going to be changed. So enter the array value of 1, 1. First row, first column. So I am giving as 1, then 2. It is not necessary to give like this, but I am giving as order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by mistake it is 56. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, the first row is 1, 2, 3. So this row is going to be the column. See here 1, 2, 3. It's the column here. So row will become as column, column will become as row. That is the transpose of matrix. So this is achieved very easily just by changing the A of ij to A of ji. That's all. Next is to execute a program with function. Here a function is used, that is int cube. So cube means any number to the power 3. So it is 3 times multiplied. So first the function is declared in the main program num int c, enter the number. So it is asking the user to enter a number. So you will enter a number and it is taken in the variable num and it is passed here. So here there is a function call. So when the function is called, the program control flow will come to the function definition. So the value in the num is given to the num here. So that is multiplied 3 times and return. Return means it has to go to the same place. So that is stored in the C variable and cube of the number is C. Save the file, run terminal. So the file name here is funct. Enter any number, so I am giving 5. So cube of 5 is 125. Inheritance of a class. Do you remember? There are 5 types of inheritance. Here this program is for multi-level. Multi-level means grandfather, father and child. So here is the example program. So first one is base class, that is our grandfather class, base class. That is class name vehicle, and there is a constructor. Do you all remember these things? If a class name and a function name remains to be same, then it is a constructor. This is a vehicle. Then next a derived class is three-wheeler. This is the base class and this is the derived class and this is the mode of inheritance. So here there is another constructor object with 3 wheels. Next, derived class. That means first one is vehicle, then is three-wheeler. From the three-wheeler there is another class, that is auto. Auto vehicle is one of a three-wheeler. So here also there is again a constructor. So what are the 3 functions here? Sorry, 3 classes here means first one is vehicle. From the vehicle we derive the class three-wheeler. From the three-wheeler we derive the class auto. Okay. Then in the main, only one object. That means the derived class is having the object. As there is a link, we can create an object for the last derived class and able to inherit all the properties of the parent, grandparent. That is the rule. So we are creating the object for the derived class. What is the rule means? If an object is created, constructor should be called. As it is the object of auto, it will come to here, but it is a derived class. So constructor will be executed in the order of the inheritance. So first constructor of vehicle, then constructor of three-wheeler, then constructor of auto. This is the expected output. So we take the run terminal. So here the inheritance name, file name is inherit. Yes, first constructor of the base class, this is a vehicle. Then constructor of the derived class, the object with the 3 wheels. Next, last derived class, auto has 3 wheels. So it is not to the concept of how the C++ is executing or what is the working procedure of a C++ program. Importance will not be like that. Importance for here will be given only to the Python program. That means the only program you are going to learn in this chapter is only this Python program, and you must know the details of the modules. If you know means you are very clear with this chapter. So there won't be any importance for C++ program, but they will give importance to the Python programming. So see here, difference between scripture and other programming language. It's a direct question. Then differentiate compiler and terminator. Then SW, this is also a direct question which is given in the book. Use of modules, use of cd command, change directory command. Then differentiate Python and C++. It's also direct tabular column question. Applications of scripting language, very easy question. Then what is MinGW? And identify the module operator definition name. So this is the module name and this is the function name, and dot is the operator. Then what is sys.argv module and what does it contain? It's a 2-mark question. Sorry, it's a 3-mark question. Then features, it's a direct question. Then file name.py, it's also given in tabular column. So from this is the thing they are asking to explain you. So these are the various parts in this command line and their purpose. So you have to write the answer for that question by this method, executing C++ program through Python. Give the title like this and explain this third point in detail. So each word should be given with the meaning. Then purpose of sysOS get OPT module. So this have been in the previous videos. So that is a direct question also. Then get OPT. As OPT is having many arguments. The arguments should be explained. So this is the thing what they are asked in that question. So syntax of this method and the meaning for each word in the parameters. So these things you have to explain for that question. Then write a Python program to execute this coding. Python to C++ coding is same, but Python program also the same thing what you have learned so far. Python program is same for all the C++ program execution. So this is the Python program. So we have completed 14th chapter. 14th chapter also a very easy thing, but many arguments are coming. So you must be very clear about the Python program. So have a practice. Write the program by seeing 3 times or 4 times. Then you will get memorized that. After that you write without seeing the book. Have a practice like that. So you learned the 4 types of examples. Thank you. Have a good day. Learn very well this program.